to be close to his children, and he'd do that with our blessing.
So that was Chris Fagan yesterday speaking as the Lions return to pre-season training. It's sort of been the first big footy story to emerge in 2026 is the future of Lockie. Now, I think Chris Fagan said exactly what you would expect him to say in the situation. You'd love him to stay, but you completely understand if he would want to go back to Perth for family reasons, and he's out of contract and he's a free agent, so there's not much they can do to stop him if that his desire. But it did lead to a wider conversation this morning on Breakfast with Dwayne and Daniel Harford, who were down in Lorne, head of the Pier to Pub swim tomorrow, which a couple of people around here are competing in. I think young Ollie for the first time. No, I wouldn't do breaststroke. Definitely wouldn't do breaststroke. I'd stick to freestyle. Ollie, who's showing his breaststroke ability out the back there. But Harf and Dwayne Russell were talking about this morning, and not specifically here is Daniel Harford talking about the Lockie Neal situation, but he's talking about the situation where a player wants to leave a footy club, and this is his opinion on what clubs should do.
If there's hostility between a player and a club, my overarching theory in all this is that if they don't want to be there, let them go. Now, I know there's a nuance in that with negotiation and what you can get back for that these days in terms of trades and all that type of thing. So I understand that element. But why would you want someone at your footy club that doesn't want to be there? That doesn't make any sense to me anyway.
So the Essendon scenario you think's not going to work then?
Well, I think it's going to be difficult. Yeah, absolutely. Zach Merritt there is, I think there will be an air of resentment. Now, he's a professional, so he'll go out and do his best and he'll prepare the best way he can to be the best player he can. I have no doubt about that. But I just think there's always going to be an underlying thought from him that, you know, I've done a heap for this footy club and I'm not happy here anymore and I wanted to find a new home. Why wouldn't they let me go? And I reckon that can play distracting him and therefore everyone else at the Essendon Footy Club in 2026. Sometimes you break up in any relationship, be it a personal one, be it a professional one, or whatever it might be. It's time to see other people, and that's okay. Because you're not locked in, you're not supposed to be with, particularly in sport, a team or a club forever. It doesn't necessarily work that way. But my question always is, why would you want someone that doesn't want to be there? Because that not only affects them, it can infiltrate the whole program, the whole group. That's the last thing you want in team sport.
So that was Harf's view this morning, and we've been talking about stubbornness off the back of Brendan McCullum. So I guess you can make an argument there that maybe Essendon were too stubborn in not letting Zach Merritt go. So do you agree with Harf? Is it that black and white? If someone doesn't want to be at your footy club, you let them go? Or is it depending on the reason they don't want to be at your footy club? Because we've seen other examples, and we spoke about this during the trade period, and they were different to Zach Merritt. Zach Merritt wanted to get out of Essendon for football reasons, where the likes of Ryan O'Keefe and Tom Papley, two examples at Sydney, wanted to get out of the club to come back for family.
Getting nicely there was Downtrow along with Spreza Chira. Can do. Not so unusual, has to be urged along for that inside gate to hold up a posse now. Legacy, the favourite, to be nice and handy, followed by Air Dancer. Behind those runners is Alteza. Then We Need a Shock. Through the back of the field is the next was Rhythm, Pacific Princess, Let's All Boogie. Getting back Jones Joker. Well back second to last, Moss Raj in the grey. Flopped out the back, Lady Secret. Can do the leader in the pace good early. As Spreza Chira moved up to put some pressure on the leader. 2 lengths away are the favourites. Not so unusual on the inside, and the race favourite Legacy beautifully placed by Collett. 1 out, 1 back, and the pace is good. 2 back down, Trow, about 5 to Weird Answer, followed by the next Alteza. 2 lengths away, We Need a Shot. Getting back on the inside, Pacific Princess. Moss Raj caught out 3 wide on a pretty strong tempo. In between runners was Rhythm. Well back, Let's All Boogie to Jones Joker and Lady Secret the last. Can Do and Spreza Chira at a pretty decent bat, a length and a half as she tries to just button it off a little now with Can Do. Third is Not So Unusual, right up on the steel behind them. And Legacy, the favourite, is poised. 1 out, 1 back as they run to the end of the back straight now. The inside is Alteza, followed by Downtrow. Then came Air Dancer. We Need a Shock on the march around them. The inside Pacific Princess, followed by Rhythm, Moss Raj, Jones Joker, Lady Secret, Let's All Boogie is last at about 13, first to last. Can Do the leader. Spreza Chira off the bridle, hard ridden right there. Not So Unusual. Legacy fourth. The inside then Alteza scrubbed up. Further back of the field, down trail, we had Answer Pacific Princess as they approach the home turn. One batting behind them, Rhythm. Best of the others, Jones Joker into the straight. Can Do, the leader, has been trying to run them into the deck. Coming after him now is Not So Unusual. Legacy's not there at all. So Not So Unusual took over after them, Alteza. Then Pacific Princess, Legacy, but Not So Unusual. 150 to go. Forged away. Can Do fighting on. Pacific Princess rattling home the last little bit, but it's going to be too late, I think. Yes, Not So Unusual falls in. Pacific Princess got very close in the end. I think just comes up short, although will be a photo in the end. Third over was Alteza. They were followed across the next then by Jones Joker running on, followed by Rhythm down trail Can Do at the head to the side at the straight. A very disappointing Legacy at every chance. Then Sprezza Chura Lady's Secret, We Need a Shock. Out the back there, Let's All Boogie. Well back there, well spread out at the line here. Moss Raj and Ear Dancer pulling up at the back.
Okay, it's a ripping finish there. Inside looked like the winner pretty much the last 200 metres. Outside has a big dip. It's 3, Not So Unusual, versus 11, Pacific Princess. We'll confirm that as soon as we know from the track. You've got 40 seconds to get that result before the running of the first at Gatton. Race day in Queensland, 9 to get through. Gets underway here with a maiden sprint over the 1100 metres. 185 for XL Boom. Tony Gollan is getting this favourite ready. It's had the month between runs. Down the track Doomben, down the track at the Sunshine Coast. The setup for the past two. Freshened up and on top in the late mail here from Paul Joyce. Joycey tips them 7-3-13 as the main chances. So Solar Surfer, the key danger to beat. $4.80 into $4.40. And Radio Waves for the month's camps, the last in single figures at around that $8 mark. Seeing the photo there at Otak if you're involved, it is a beauty. Inside 3, outside 11, who's launching late. They hit the line together. Judge will have to do the business, and we'll pass on screen as soon as it's through. Let's go to Gatton to kick off race day.
Welcome our Sky Thoroughbred Central audience. And Relays link again right around Australia for the coverage of race 1, Gatton. Tim's with us from Sky One, and XL Boom is the favourite at $1.95. Did find $1.75 at one stage. We're on a good 4, rail true, fine conditions. XL Boom, the favourite. Drawn nice and close to the fence, and here is Kiss of Life coming in. First of 9 races, Gatton, about to unfold. A good day for it, and some really good racing action in front of us. Lights on. Set now. Racing. XL Boom was fast away. Southampton Nico striding forward underneath it, and also Pearl of Sicily, who was nicely into stride. French Liner is on the scene there, as well as Solar Surfer and Hannah Boy from out wide. Apollo Moon is tucked away at the back of those runners at the barn, and they're followed by Global Currency, who's about centre field, with also Radio Waves, who's diving back down to the fence, and then came Prince Phoenix, who's about 3 lengths away, and also Bad Santa, and there's one without the rider. It's Kiss of Life. Kiss of Life has dislodged the rider, so we'll come back to that when we can as they approach the home turn. Southampton Nico and XL Boom stride for stride with Solar Surfer. Tried to make it a line of 3, and French Lana is 4th. Radio Waves towards the outside, and Apollo Moon sticking back down to the inside. So around the bend and down to the 200, Southampton Nico, XL Boom and Solar Surfer still together, but it's now XL Boom in front over Solar Surfer. XL Boom is the leader over Solar Surfer. Solar Surfer is trying to get XL Boom. They get tight, but I think XL Boom just over Solar Surfer. They got really tight up the home running. The Nico, XL Southampton Nico, and also French Liner, who is not that far away with Global Currency, and Radio Waves, Pearl of Sicily and Anna Boy. Further back in the field to Prince Phoenix, and then came Bad Santa, Apollo Moon, and Kiss of Life, and dislodged the rider Hannah Richardson. Let's see if we can find Hannah. I reckon she was there when they went through the base, taking a tumble at about the 800. The paramedics are with her, but she is sitting upright, so that's an encouraging sign.
So we had a good finish there at Otaki in the previous. Got another beauty to kick off race day there at Gatton, and the first couple race away, racing very tight there in the concluding stages as well. So even if the initial result doesn't go your way, might just pay to hold your tickets in case. Tony Gollan, XL Boom in, Surfer out. outside. They fight it out 7 and 3. 7's inside and 3's outside. The 4th Southampton Nico will be back in 3rd position. We'll just wait for that result to come through and let you know. In the meantime, we've got Addington fast approaching. Parks early start race day will be hard off the back of that. We're already 2 races down there at Parks. 3rd event's over the 1400 metres in the nick of time. A dominant top pick into around the 220 range. Competitive race. Outside of the favourite here off the 6 at Addington. Another dash of this sprint series, heat number 4, as we join the team in the last 30 seconds.
Competitive in a race like this, and she can jump and run when she's on too, starting over, so she's a winning chance. And the other hope is the 8 Homebush Leo. You would want him on all your trifecta and first 4 tickets. He draws really well out wider on the Leo, and he's not the worst hope here at $21, so he is some form of chance as well. And what is a relatively even little field. Heat 4, Pereira rehoming Kennels Dash. Good even little field being assembled for this. Starting over, impressive Nora and Opawa Haley load forward. Gotham's Queen, Homebush Nelly to load away with the race favourite Rover near me. And the outside for Homebush Leo. So that last line just been tucked forwards. They are in, light turns to green, lower rolls, penultimate time today. Favourite, he's wearing the green rug. Rover near me will pick him up early. Set racing. Fear Rover near me, starting over to the lead, getting forward is impressive. Nora Rover near me improving, but on heels as he tries to get around them. Homebush Leo caught wider than Opawa Haley. Gotham's Queen, and back last of all Homebush Nelly, starting over in front of impressive Nora Rover near me, and up the inside Gotham's Queen. Oh gee whiz, maybe Gotham's Queen on starting over. Rover near me not far away. Impressive Nora, Homebush Leo, Opawa Haley, and Homebush Nelly. How has she won that? Gotham's Queen. She has come from nowhere on the turn. She was back with the tail enders, starting over, swung in front. Impressive Nora Rover near me with there. Homebush Leo was wider with Opawa Haley, and then Gotham's Queen saw an inside gap, charged through and wins. 2, 3, 6 and 5.
2 wins. Gotham's Queen will pay out to around the $5 mark. Starting over will be 2nd. The favourite into a short quote there in the end will be back in 3rd spot. 2, 3, 6 after the 11th there at Addington. We're moving on to Parks, race number 3 on the program, which is over the 1400 metres. Okay, Gatton hearing might be a dead heat in the opener, so a busy way to start race day. So you can see the photos, they'll be all cleared up in just a tick. The dead heat between the 7 XL Boom and the 3 Solar Surfer. 210 plays $4. They dead heat for first, and Southampton Nico will be behind them. If you have a ticket Solar Surfer, well, you're going to hold it anyway because you're going to get something either way, but XL Boom did shift out a little bit, and they raced pretty close there in the concluding stages. Stand by any further news there from the track if we go to the stewards room. But for the moment, they're moving in at Parks. 3rd event on the card, a Class 1 1400 metres in the nick of time. They bet north of $3 this. It's now into $2.40. One of the better tried favourites on the program of 6. The early start to try to dodge some of this warm weather around the area there this afternoon. We Shall Overcome and Vastly are the sort of other key chances to beat. Let's get to Cole for the 3rd event.
Righto, so here we see We Shall Overcome about to come up in the line. We've got a couple of ones with winning form over recent starts. Here, namely number 2 Vastly, only its 2nd start in the race, have won at Dubbo. Beating Lagoon, Izzy Neal riding for Brett Robb, and they've already combined to win with Fierce Lover, the opening event today. Billabong Alvin, locally owned by John Davis, trained at Gulgong by Brett Thompson. Won 2 starts back at Wellington. That was a 1700 metre race, comes back to 1400 today, but it's a horse that races up near the lead. Pam Pooney's about to come forward. For those who've just joined in, Happy Gigi, a late scratching out of race 4. For those who've come in late, number 9, Happy Gigi, late scratching at 12:45 p.m. from race 4 at Parks. Connie Gregg's got 2 runners here, First Class Baby and Not Lean or Mean. And one of those, First Class Baby, the jockey has dismounted. In the nick of time, stands well back behind them. Adrian Late has the ride here, replacing Billy Owen. Billy Owen, I think he had a couple of rides today, but he's not riding at the meeting. There's been a bit of breeze here, which has been a bit of a godsend because it's been ferociously hot weather in the last few days. And overnight too, that's a big... the big negative when it stays hot all night, but that was the case last night. But there is a tiny breeze here as we've got through 2 races so far. Now In the Nick of Time's about to come up, and they're almost set to go here. Stand by, red lights on. So, about to get them underway. They're racing now. Left behind was Billabong Alvin, and In the Nick of Time won the start. We Shall Overcome ran up into second. Sweet and Sour is getting up along the rails on its outside. Was First Class Baby. It's run up into a handy spot just behind the leaders as they wheel down the back of the course. Vastly gets back to 5th, followed then by Intense and getting past it. Over near the inside as they race down the back was Not Lean or Mean, and getting a fair way out of its ground was Pam Pooney and Billabong Elvin, now tacking onto the back. In the Nick of Time's going to lead Sweet and Sour. What's going to lead We Shall Overcome as they race down the side. Sweet and Sour was next, and then comes Vastly in the centre. And making a run out wide there was First Class Baby. Back and behind them as they race towards the home turn, Not Lean or Mean, Intense. Then Pam Pooney and Billabong Alvin is last of all. Up around the home turn and In the Nick of Time leads We Shall Overcome. First Class Baby runs home fairly well In the Nick of Time, given its head, bounded away here below the 200. It's got away by 3 lengths now. We Shall Overcome running home all right was Not Lean or Mean, but In the Nick of Time bolts in here. In the Nick of Time wins. Oh, out wide, Not Lean nor Mean. Pam Pooney got home well along the rails, and close up there with First Class Baby. They've been followed up by We Shall Overcome, who pulls up very, very quickly. Then comes Intense and Billabong Alvin, who is slowly away down at the tail of the field.
So we'll be In the Nick of Time, very well fancied. Breaks through for career win number 2. First one this preparation. Start number 10 there today. Right up on the speed. Gave a big kick into the straight. Let's go to Goulburn, where they're getting set for the 3rd. Just a bang on official jump time. Nangar Archie dominates here at $1.30. Let's get to Kel.
Odds on here at $1.30. Nangar Archie. And the green light goes on. This is the 3rd. From Lilac City at Goulburn. All set, ready, they're racing. Now Nangar Archie away brilliantly off the wides, and he'll run to the top from Totally Deluded, Rose's Ring. They were followed then by Sutton Bolt. Getting well out of its ground was Awesome Jimmy, Slick Honey, Totally Deluded. But Big Archie turned the carousel and he dashed on Rose's Ring. And away goes Nangar Archie, and that's 8 on the bounce. Rose's Ring 2nd, Sutton Bolt 3, and Awesome Jimmy's rallied hard in for 4th, and Westside Thunder with Totally Deluded back towards the tail with Slick Honey. Will chase a time up there, but Nangar Archie waiting.
There goes Bang, wins again, pays $1.40, $1.50. Rose's Ring runs 2nd. Sutton Bolt will end up 3rd, but no 3rd divvies paying for that position. So 7 favourite scores, wins and wins well. 140, 150 the range. Rose's Ring will be 2nd. Richmond Park is next to go. The first event, some harness racing across the ditch in New Zealand today. 11 to get through. Track's rated fast, the weather's fine. The opening favourite, a little soft in betting. One Eye Bandit. Let's get trackside the last 20 seconds.
He's got some nice drives in the later part of the program, including Who's Delight, who is at big odds in the Nelson Cup this afternoon. A horse of his class maybe warrants a little more respect than the $23 price currently on offer for him. Gates about to roll, first of the day. It is Nelson Cup Day here at Richmond Park, one of the great racing tours heading up here to the Tasman area, and the first of 2 days about to get underway. Trendy Van Gogh comes up with Stubing. Rack 'em Up gets ready. Hope for Love comes into line with Buddy Rain. With the local trio, they're drawn barriers 1, 2 and 3. Amalfi, Carrera Kahu and Buddy Rain. Good luck to the locals who have shared some great hospitality already with the visitors at Richmond Park. As the first of the day, the mobile's on the move. Race favourite, One-Eyed Bandit, will start from the unruly position. Bob Butt with a strong book here today. As the gate heads to the back, 2,400 metres. Starter Ricky Donnelly about to release them for the first time. 2026 here at Richmond Park. Green lights up, and there who was eased back at the start. There's early tempo from Amalfi on the inside. Buddy Rain bailed onto its back, and Rack 'em Up goes forward, as does Trendy Van Gogh. So a line of 3 up front. It's Amalfi on the markers. Rack 'em Up 1 off, and Trendy Van Gogh pulls it on 3 wide. And now racing fourth on the outer, Stubing. Buddy Rain is along the markers, and there's 2 lengths away to Hope for Love. One-Eyed Bandit stays back second to last on the outside of Carrera Kahu. There was plenty of early pressure, and Rack 'em Up, he's going to hold the front here, so it's Rack 'em Up out by a length and a half on Trendy Van Gogh, who nestles in for the trail. Amalfi third, and left parked on the outside is Stubing as Rack 'em Up starts to stack 'em up. Round the corner, Hope for Love is in the 1-1 on the outside of Buddy Rain. Tracking Hope for Love in the running line is One-Eyed Bandit, and last the inside Carrera Kahu. Down to the mile, and the leader is Rack 'em Up with Johnny Cox out by a length and a half. In the trail second is Trendy Van Gogh, and parked on the outside Stubing. Amalfi is 3 back along the markers. Hope for Love 1 out and 1 back, and then came Buddy Rain. One-Eyed Bandit stays put second to last on the outside, and 2 lengths away to Carrera Kahu. Inside a circuit out in the first of the day, and the leader is Rack 'em Up. Rack 'em Up by a length and a half with about 1,200 metres left to go. Trailing second is Trendy Van Gogh. Stubing's been parked right from the start. Hope for Love tracks it on the outside, and then came Amalfi. One-Eyed Bandit third last. Next on the inside, Buddy Rain, and then Carrera Kahu. So as they work into the back of the track, they're getting out toward the 1,000 metres. Rack 'em Up trying to bring them all of the way home in the first, out by a half a length. Second on the outside is Stubing, and the trail third Trendy Van Gogh, and there's a neck away to Hope for Love. 3 back along the inside is Amalfi, and then came One-Eyed Bandit. Second to last the outside Carrera Kahu, and with 800 metres to go, Buddy Rain is last. Leader is Rack 'em Up. Rack 'em Up's out by a half a length as they start to work off the back of the track. It's Rack 'em Up by a neck now from Stubing, who's worked on. Trendy Van Gogh put to pressure behind the leader. Hope for Love goes to third. One-Eyed Bandit hasn't spent a penny. He's getting a nice run into the race. Held up on the inside, Amalfi, then Carrera Kahu and Buddy Rain. Leader Rack 'em Up seems to travel well. One-Eyed Bandit mounts a claim now at the 400. Came up 3 wide to join the leader. Stubing whacks away. Carrera Kahu followed One-Eyed Bandit into the race, and then Hope for Love. The leader is Rack 'em Up. One-Eyed Bandit driven up, dropped in for a breather. Carrera Kahu wider, and then Hope for Love. It's Rack 'em Up in front. A length and a half. Carrera Kahu. Hope for Love whacks away in the middle, and then One-Eyed Bandit. Rack 'em Up the leader. Carrera Kahu for the locals is storming down the outside. Carrera Kahu moved to the lead from Hope for Love. It's Carrera Kahu. This will be a popular way to start. Carrera Kahu beats home Hope for Love. Rack 'em Up third, and fourth then was One-Eyed Bandit. A break off to Amalfi, and they were followed by Stubing, Buddy Rain, and Trendy Van Gogh will be the last of them across.
Carrera Kahu will open a big day there at Richmond Park. It looks plenty there enjoying the afternoon as well. Hope for Love will be second, and Rack 'em Up will be back in third position. 2 beats 4 beats 5. We'll leave it there, the opener from Richmond Park. Heading back to Townsville in just a tick, 45 seconds away from a jump. News through Gatton though. The first was a dead heat between the 3 Solar Surfer and the 7 XL Boom, but as suspected, this could be decided there in the stewards' room. Protest. You can see first v first, but it will be, I'm almost certain it will be Solar Surfer versus XL Boom. because XL Boom was just a little wobbly there in the straight and shifted out a little bit in the concluding stages, and they did race very, very tight in that last 200 metres. So in the stewards' room as we speak, protest, delayed it all clear. If you think you found an earn out of the first at Gatton, might just be a little bit delayed, 5-10 minutes or so, but we'll pass on any news through from the track. Let's go to Townsville, getting set, jump time for the third event.
Thanks, Tim. Party Don't Stop, the favourite, $2 for Mark Partland. Also has another runner out in box number 7, Roman Party. It's at $4.40, the second elect. Now, Party Don't Stop into $1.95, $4.40 Roman Party. $6 about number 4, Hollywood Shadow. And Harkle Road from box number 2 at $7. So all set for race 3. It's a 6th grade over the 380. Party Don't Stop, the favourite, box 1. Way they Garney, midfield away, Party Don't Stop. Speed from out wide, Roman Party runs to the front. Now the Kennelmate drives the second, Party Don't Stop. Then followed by Invincible Steel. There's plenty of trouble. Struck in trouble. It was Hollywood Shadow. The leader is Roman Party by a couple of the corner from Party Don't Stop. Then followed by Invincible Steel. Harkle Road in front. Roman Party beats Party Don't Stop. Third Harkle Road. 4th place Invincible Steel. Then followed by Flash Amber. Another beauty. Then Hollywood Shadow. And one in the home straight now, completing the course, was Warrigal Ghost. So
Roman Party, a win beats Party Don't Stop, and Harkle Road will be back in third spot. Winner pays north of $3. The best you're looking at is around $3.90. Let's move back to Addington for race number 12 on the card. Heat 5 of this sprint series, 90 seconds away from jump time. Favourites off the blue.
60, it's short enough on, but she is the Greyhound to beat. Shankar's a funny dog. He probably should have won a few more recently than he has. He's hard to kind of weigh up. He gets himself into nice spots. He does step a grade here. If you go back 3 starts, he was beaten by Spot the Angel. He then won here in 17:39 and probably should have won easier than he did. Give him a live hope of running into the minors here, though, at the very least, Shankar, and if he can stay handy enough, then he would be some hope of trying to run Spot the Angel down. But I think in terms of same race multis, around top 3s, 4s with him, not the worst. All Potential finds a downgrade, C3 to C2. Another one of those dogs who doesn't have a lot of early speed, stays wide, but does have a bit of strength in her races, and sort of over the last 10 or 12 starts, she's picked it a couple of times and got herself a little handier than normal, and one of them resulted in her best 16.86. So she is the strength in the race if she can stay handy enough, All Potential, and give her a pretty decent each-way play. And the 3 Pumpkin Spice, her best form is at Ascot Park, but she comes in fresh. We haven't seen her for a month, and she does have a little bit of speed to get herself handy. She should get over in front of Charlie fairly easy early and then get the inside, and from there a player and James Baxter, sideline Sasha are both chances as well, and what's a pretty even race and behind the favourite. Heat 5, Pereira, rehoming Kennels Dash, about to load forward. Spot the Angel, $1.60 will start as your favourite. We get the all clear and they load forward. Homebush Charlie. Now Pumpkin Spice, James Baxter and Shankar load forward. Race favourites Spot the Angel to load away with sideline Sasha. And the downgrading All Potential to load forward to the outside. So last couple are being loaded forward. They are in. Light turns to green, lower rolls. For the last time today, favourite is wearing the blue rug. Spot the Angel. Set. Ready. Racing, comes out running, Spot the Angel straight to the lead on Pumpkin Spice. Trying to get forward in between Greyhound, sideline Sasha, Shankar, wider, James Baxter, All Potential. And last of all is Homebush Charlie, but it's Spot the Angel to the turn. The fave stepped away and she's too good. Spot the Angel wins. Pumpkin Spice second and third Shankar. They lined up for 4th. It's either James Baxter, who's in a photo with sideline Sasha. All Potential wasn't far away, and Homebush Charlie will be last.
It'll be Spot the Angel 4, betting 3 Pumpkin Spice, and Shankar back to 3rd position. All right, we move on to Ballina. They've got 8 races there this afternoon. Tell you what, it's a busy afternoon for racing in New South Wales. But that early start meeting there at Parks in very warm conditions. Got a twilight meeting down on the New South Wales Central Coast at Gosford to roll through in about 2 hours' time. And we start things off here at Ballina. 8 races to get through. Track expected to be pretty slick. A good 3. Mostly fine the forecast there as well. There's the Jockey Challenge. Andrew Mallion is the favourite at around that $2.80 range. Ben Looker, Jet Newman, Luke Rolls are the other key chances in the single figure range. The first is a Class 1 Tab Country Boost at Class 1 over the 1,265 metres. Tops of 28 degrees today. Looks a lovely afternoon for racing up at Ballina. And Zane Dara's the first favourite for Matt Dunn's camp. We're 60 seconds away from a go. 1.45 into $1.30. Ran second fresh at Ballina over 1,000 metres top of this preparation. It was midfield home behind Ali there at Murwillumbah, stepping right up to 1,200 metres their latest. Battled away, was only beaten 2 lengths or so. Went up a super short price and remains $6.50, $10 or better the rest of the field. Favourite attracts all interest and they're moving in well with Terry Spargo.
Ferry Road is the next to come in, drawn gate number 4. Back off a freshen. Last raced on the 14th of November. Drawn gate number 4, loaded away. With the rail out, 12.65, the trip of race number 1. It's out 5 metres from the 1,000 to the cutaway. Patriotic Intention about to be led forward. First up, the cutaways at the 250 metres mark. And of course the track, the club getting ready for Ballina Cup Day. Big dance eligibility. It's 1 week away, next Friday, the 16th, is Cup Day. Now, Patriotic Intention has been dismounted. Luke rolls out of the saddle. Favourite Zane Dara's gone in. And I can see Andrew Mallion on the side of the stall, getting the weight off the back of the filly. Patriotic Intention is first up and a little hesitant about the stalls. Well, she got down to $1.25, Zane Dara. She's back now to $1.28. She's coming from gate number 5 in a field of 7. Patriotic Intention's gone in. And No Regrets, second up today, will be the last, drawn in gate number 7. The Tab Country Boosted, race number 1. Red lights on. And there is the starter, picking up the button. They're ready to run. First of 8. Patriotic Intention, a little toey. Racing. Another wish from the inside, Manhattan Dress, Zane Dara, the 3 best away, Patriotic Intention from out wide, going forward as the odds-on pop looks for the lead. At the end of the first 150 metres, Zane Dara in front, Patriotic Intention surges forward, takes the filly on. Manhattan Dress is 3rd, Ferry Road 4th and deep, then Another Wish, followed by No Regrets. Moana Koala, 3/4 of a length away. Zane Dara came away from the fence after being crossed by Patriotic Intention. Patriotic Intention has the rail. Zane Dara's only a neck away now on the outside. 600 metres left to travel. Ferry Road's travelling 3rd and 3 deep. Another Wish behind that trio. On the inside of Manhattan Dress, then No Regrets coming wide. Moana Koala at the back when they reach the top of the home running. Patriotic Intention came to the cutaway with Zane Dara tackling on the outside. They're clear of Another Wish and No Regrets. Zane Dara going to Patriotic Intention. 100 metres out. Zane Dara's driven to the lead, just in front, forging clear in the shadows. Zane Dara beat Patriotic Intention by 3 parts of a length. No Regrets 3rd, Another Wish 4th, then Ferry Road, and the last pair, Manhattan Dress and Moana Koala.
Zane Dara opens the card there at Ballina, pays very short. Quick break before Goulburn.
At Tab, we're on for Saturday racing. Check my offers on the Tab app for exclusive racing offers available now to use on races 1 to 6 across 3 big tracks this Saturday. Tab.
You lose more. Everyone talks about history, but Inglis allows you to be part of it. That's the Inglis influence. Our graduates win the races that matter. Headline races, modern classics, the new benchmarks of racing. Every stage presents opportunity, the winners that count. That's the Inglis influence.
Zane Dara, Andrew Mallion on the board early at Ballina. We go 1-7 the minor placings. Best your shopping totes. New South Wales is $1.40 for Zane Dara. Third up this campaign. Ticks the 1200 metre box this preparation. Heading to Goulburn. Race number 4, about 15 seconds away from a jump, on their way to the start. Coolborn Focus at $1.80 is the top pick. Aussie Blend is on top there from Kel O'Rourke, who we'll hear about in just a moment. From Gatton, they're still in the stewards room, and the protest continues from the first. So Solar Surfer and XL Boom dead heated, and Solar Surfer protesting against XL Boom shifting out. In that last sort of 200 metres or so there in the straight, Southampton Nico is behind in third. But as you can see there, scheduled to be 2 minutes away from a jump. They're just in the parade, so that won't be happening. Heroic Delaney's at $1.55. Fourth run, first preparation, has the right form and is the clear top pick. So we'll give you an update, Gatton, a little closer to jump time. For now, they're set Goulburn.
So just about tucked away. Coolborn Focus, 185 Red Jacket. Here we go. This is the halfway mark, race 4. Set Goulburn. They're away. Coolborn Focus left or right. Little tardy was Aussie Blend. There's good pace out wide. Isla Coast. Coolborn Focus from Isla Coast going to third. Magic Link and Aussie Blend. Next up, Dusty McGraw ahead of it and Dig Deep Rupee around the corner. Isla Blend's putting it to Coolborn Focus, who still has a half. It's just in front, Coolborn Focus, and it's one at a neck to Isla Coast. Third's a Photo Magic Lincoln or Dusty McGraw. Aussie Blend left it at box rise, and Dig Deep Rupee was last of the 7. That's a good clip too. Very quick run, 19:52.
Coolborn Focus will win, beats Isla Coast. Magic Lincoln will be back in third. Okay, timely. Just hearing the protest we were just referencing in the first at Gatton has been dismissed, and right as I speak it ticks over to all paying. So if you back Solar Surfer and XL Boom, they remain dead heated for first after plenty of deliberation. I rounded out the first 4 positions there from Gatton. So they're all clear, and race number 2 officially 60 seconds away. That shan't be happening. Heroic Delaney's is the $1.50, $1.60 favourite, just a little bit behind here, sorting out what was a pretty lengthy protest after race number 1. So Heroic Delaney's has had the 3 runs first campaign. 2 of them have been around Toowoomba. Splitted those Toowoomba runs with a 1,400 metre effort. Ran third here at Gatton behind Snug, started $11. Outside of Heroic Delaney's, Prince of Synergy 6 and $9 for Nasiran, next best with the tab. So protest dismiss race number 1. They're getting set race number 2. I have an update for you after this.
Get hooked. He's had good support as the favourite just goes out now even further. 6'8", 4, but she's in terrific form. Very pacey. Mare by Darren. She led all the way here 2 starts ago. Beat Classy Brahma, who's a talented mare. Look, if she repeats that, she might be hard to run down again. In between times, she's ran a good third there at New Plymouth. The probable leader, she's got the gate, she's got all sorts of speed. Likes to do it from the... And Punter's really finding her late here. She's a winning prospect for sure. Had Brady in 4th. Don't know about him first up on this good track. His win did come on a heavy. Now, we're not going to put him in that box of being a heavy tracker, but his win was on that heavy track. Of course, he is a half to Amend, and Amend is a horse who appreciates pretty good ground. He is
First out today, Aloni Kelly does a great job with her team. Aloni and Brady has a first forward chance. There was a sprinkling of money for Little Red Corvette, probably another pace influence in the race, number 10. She likes to get out and get on with the job. These days trained by Brian Lyons, and she's run a couple of nice races to kick off her prep. Of the others, well, Colour Chart has always shown a bit of ability. Now with Andrew Campbell for the first time today, previously with Gary Vile, so remains here on the track, but now with Andrew Campbell, gets a couple of kilos off of Tony Davies riding. Could be a rough chance, Colour Chart. Probably hard to make too much of a case, I would have thought, for Give Us a Wink and Mary Rose. Shavasana's the other one we haven't mentioned in the Sir Peter Valley colours. She has a bit of toe. Her last 5, in fact, over the 970 on the poly, so adds to the speed in this race. So they should be getting along with the likes of Audacious Kate, Little Red Corvette, Shavasana, all in the contest. Tullamore Dew has got very, very easy in the betting. Soft as butter, late 280, Tullamore Dew. Anyone lining up at the $1.85 earlier on would not have been expecting a drift quite this severe, but she will run a clear-cut favourite, having said that. Carrillo Farms and Chris Rudd have Bloodstone handicap. Nobody seems to want the favourite late in the betting here. Tullamore Dew all the way from $1.85 out to $2.90. Windstorm at 5, but Audacious Kate has certainly had good support. The pacey of Audacious Kate, she's in very good form for Alan Baker. Up goes Mary Rose, and we're just about set to go. The last one to come forward will be Colour Chart, having his first run for Andrew Campbell today. So an interesting race, set to go, ready, gates back, off they go, or tight it up, and a bit awkward there was Give Us a Wink, who went straight back to the tail end, but Audacious Kate and Shavasana burning early. Colour Chart goes to third from Little Red Corvette, so as expected the pace is good. Then the favourite Tullamore Dew's going to land midfield, followed by Brady with the head in the air. A little wider is Windstorm, they were followed then by Mary Rose, and last of all Give Us a Wink. So the leader is Shavasana with the foot down, skied about 4 clear over Colour Chart. And Audacious Kate is third. 2 lengths away, Little Red Corvette, followed back on the inside, Brady, then Tullamore Dew. Over on the outside, Windstorm doing plenty, 3 out, second to last, Mary Rose, and last of all is Give Us a Wink. So the leader is Shavasana, running to the home turn by 3, Colour Chart, but Audacious Kate, Tullamore Dew wider, followed by Little Red Corvette, Windstorm, Brady, Give Us a Wink, Mary Rose under the bat last. Shavasana heads up for home by 2, Colour Chart. Tullamore Dew presents now with her run down the outer, Little Red Corvette, but Audacious Kate, Windstorm, still Shavasana, 150 to go, down the outer, Tullamore Dew, descending now in the centre, Colour Chart. Here's Tullamore Dew coming at Colour Chart, a little between them, they hit the line, photo finish, head bobber, Tullamore Dew, Colour Chart, nothing between them. If Tullamore Dew's got up, it's 4 for Collett, but it's very close. Shavasana third, followed by Windstorm, and then came Audacious Kate, Little Red Corvette, Give Us a Wink. They were followed by Brady and Mary Rose. It will be nod of the head here, very, very tight. Colour Chart, who...
Starting signal race 4. It's a 6 grade over the 380 field of 7. Our favourite is Hollywood Rocket, number 7 at 250. It's drawn okay out there today. It's been drawn the inside Rocket, which probably will suit it better. It's the favourite at 250, Hollywood Rocket. Field set here for race number 4, 6th grade. Way they go on the inside, Fungus out quickly, driving forward, Federal Freckle in behind him. There was Raymar Fox, and out wide in the track there was Pierre Darcy, and around him there was Hollywood Rocket, the leader. Fungus driving up, Raymar Fox. Hollywood Rocket on the scene quickly. It's about to go to the front on the home turn from Raymar Fox. Out wide there was Fungus in front. Hollywood Rocket wins over Raymar Fox. Fungus then followed by Pierre Darcy, Federal Freckle, Birdie's Charm. Last of the 7 runners, Rose Bell. Suited by the draw, Hollywood Rocket takes it out in 22.11. Number 7, Hollywood Rocket for Ross Ruddle over Raymar Fox. Number 3 for Mark Partland. In Fungus, number 1, third, Brad Belford. Fourth place, PR Darcy, number 6.
All right, numbers up on the board there now at Townsville. Race number 4 at that Greyhound meeting, 7, 3, 1 and 6 for the numbers. Hollywood Rocket, 3.20, 2.20. Raymar Fox, $1.80. And Fungus running third there. Number 6 ran fourth, 7, 3, 1, 6. Now, the Otaki meeting. We were waiting for the photo there for first and second in race number 6, and we still don't have a result. Hey, there it is now. Tullamore Dew, Samantha Collett, $2.60 and $1.50. Colour Chart, the grey mare, that was second, $3.10, and Shavasana running third there, number 3, $2.40. So Tullamore Dew winning that one, number 6. Mare by Darcy Brahma, 2 starts, 2 wins now. And Sam Collett riding that one for Alan Sharrock. Colour Chart, the grey gelding, has run second, and Shavasana third. Right, we should have a few minutes to go until we get our next race here on Sky 2, which should...
I'm Sue Elliott. It'll be 8.37, and Heroic Delaney scores at the $1.60 starts. Number 4, first preparation, had been knocking on the door and going pretty well prior to that. Races away and hits the line well there, beats Prince of Synergy, and Nasiran will be back in third position. Townsville had to go to Sky Racing 2. Hollywood Rocket was your winner there off box number 7. Raymar Fox and Fungus will run second and third. Got to go to Parks here, moving forward to the 4th event, over 1,200 metres, and just about, well, pretty close here to jump time. And 270, the top pick there in the market, Mary Labone, who's had plenty of chances to break through. The 14 of them, in fact, remains a maiden with the tab fixed betting, 330 into 260 and now back to 270, so solid enough. Argyle led off the inside at 3. Rodeo Dealer's now $7, and the best spec outside of that's been for Supreme Honours, who's now into that $8 mark. So late's pretty solid. Mary Labone off the inside draw to break through. They'll be moving in shortly. From the track there with Cole, he's happy to tip them. He was with the one that was a late scratching, so by default he's with Argyle led on top. 1, 6 and 3, the key numbers to work with behind jump time here. Richmond Park, big day across the ditch in New Zealand there. Race 2's only 3 away. Back to Goulburn shortly as well as they get set the 4th of 6 here at Parks.
This is the Railway Hotel. Gee, it's a great spot. I reckon it'll be swamped out over Elvis week here in Parks. Very good facilities. Cold beer, great meals at the railway, and the Orange Vet Hospital, always a good supporter of the races here, sponsoring, etc. Now Mary LeBurn's gone in there. Now trained by Billy Hayes. Had a start at 2, opened up the favourite for this race. Run a few placings. Argyle Laird is about to move up. Supreme Honours, Melissa Harrison's got 2 in this race. She would have had 3, except Happy Gigi became a late scratching. And she's relying now on Pluck and Spy and Spunky Reward. Big Bad Bob circles around behind them with spectacular star, I should say, Radio Dealer, newcomer to the Peter Kirby stable. Now Supreme Honours is now coming up to its gate. 1,200 metres, good crowd here on a very hot day at Parks. Big Bad Bob, the rider slips out of the saddle now and he'll be led up riderless. Spectacular Star kept on the move behind them with Radio Dealer, Spunky Reward and Pluck and Spy. They race at Dubbo on Monday, and on Sunday week, that's a week from this coming Sunday, have the Big Carrot Cup meeting. And they'll be back and coming back racing here at Parks the week after that, and Bathurst the last meeting in February. There's been plenty on and plenty still to come. Now Pluck and Spy, Dylan Stanley's out of the saddle, be led up riderless. Nick and Time was runaway winner of the first leg of the quadrilla. It bolted in, trained by Todd Smart and ridden by Jake Pracey Holmes. Ridden by Adrian Late, I should say. Yeah, Nick and Time ridden by Adrian Late. Now here comes Spunky Reward up into line. Stars still to move forward with Radio Dealer. So the quadrilla, first leg of the quadrilla, won by In the Nick of Time, number 1. And this is the second leg of the quarter, and Leo Dealer. The last two to come up. Mary LeBone settled on the inside. Big Bad Bob, trained by one of the toughest men ever to put on a rugby league boot, the great Terry Fay. Now here's Spectacular Star. Heading up towards his gate. They're almost set to go here. Race 4 at Parks. Up it comes. Spectacular Star is ready. Here's set, race 4. Racing Mary LeBone, Supreme Honours, the first two to get going. Spectacular Star goes up very deep. Argyle led just behind them, followed by Pluck and Spy, who's deep. Then comes Big Bad Bob. Spunky Reward is back second last, and Radio Dealer missed the start very badly, already 25 lengths off last. Supreme Honours will bring them off the back of the 800, half a length down Spectacular Star. Pluck and Spy gets into a good spot for third. Then comes Argyle led. Mary LeBone is back along the inside. Going forward there's Spunk behind it. And a long break back to Radio Dealer. They race along now with about 5:50 left to go, and Supreme Honours just the leader. Over Spectacular Star. Pluck and Spy was next. Coming through the centre there, Argyle led. Spunky Reward is very wide. Into the straight they come, and Spectacular Star had gone up on the outside of Supreme Honours. Running home fairly well. Mary LeBone is cramped for room on the rails, but it's getting clear now. Spectacular Star. Argyle led is finishing quickly now. Argyle led went up to Spectacular Star, and Argyle led beat Spectacular Star. Third home, running home well with Big Bad Bob. Spunky Reward, Mary LeBone, Pluck and Spy, Radio Dealer and Supreme Honours. Yeah, once it found some clear running, it rocketed home. Argyle led, trained by a very, very good trainer in Alistair Smith from Orange, and up-and-coming apprentice Jacob Stiffen. They saddle, up running about fifth or sixth of the home turn. Spectacular Star kicked away. Mary LeBone was trying badly to get a run there below the 250 metre mark, but then
Argyle led over the top off the soft draw, pays out to $2.90. Big Bad Bob run third. Take a break before the fifth out of Goulburn.
Two lengths. The world's first biological control that works by in the manure of grazing animals. Biowormer and liver mole with biowormer contain a naturally occurring fungus that consumes chemically resistant and multi-resistant larvae, providing a solution to a problem costing livestock producers millions of dollars each year by breaking the worm cycle. For further information, visit biowormer.com or contact us on the hotline.
And I always remember you like a child girl.
Off to Goulburn, race number 5 on the program. They're at Galba model off the 3 to beat 217. He's with Wax and Wash as hardest to beat. Big Ted and Billy Boyle are both in play as well, but a $6 hope on top. Easy enough to play at those prices. 50 seconds away from jump time. Into 320 from the checks. Is Wax and Wash the favourite. $8.50 into $6. Kel's tip. Been a little bit of money there with the tab. And no support off the 7 is Billy Boyle. It's been most easy in betting it to close to 5 now. Here's Kel.
Then recent racing. He's certainly got the experience that quite a few of these haven't.
Number 1, Luca chased gamely.
Been at this track and distance, 8 minors and 4 wins. So he did chase home She's Fearless at her last 2 victories here. So gets the coveted inside alley. Wax and Wash in 24.85, and I was very impressed with Galba Model at Temora. Beautifully bred Fernando Bale coin model with Neil Staines as they load away. So first leg of the quad, they're just about tucked away. And Josh gives the signal through to Greg to cut the lure loose, and we're ready to go 5 Goulburn. And they're off on the cup journey, and Goodwill's out wide. Billy Boyle about to be joined by Galba Model, who went up the inside. They were followed deeper on the track then by Big Ted. They followed Wax and Wash. Well out of it was One Racket, Bop and Ethics towards the tail. Galba Model in front. Wax and Wash is all over it. Back, and then comes Billy Boyle. It's Galba Model joined now by Billy Boyle at the 50. Billy Boyle from Wax and Wash. Galba Model, she was honest, back to 3rd and 4th home Big Ted, Bob and Ethics. Then we had One Racket, and on the timepiece they've gone around 24.9. Billy Boyle, but he was certainly nice and close today for Subby Nagara, and he gets the money over Wax and Wash, and Galba Model gave a good sight there back to 3rd. 3/4 a neck, the winning margin. 24.95 at 7.231 interim after race 5 Golden Greys.
Billy Boyle, big betting drifter there with the tab out to north of $5. Wax and Wash will be 2nd. Galba Model will be back to 3rd spot. Here's the opener from Albion Park there today. Harness racing out of Queensland. We've got 8 races to get through. Good fine conditions, and what a good feeling. He's the top pick in the first. 230 into 190. What a good feeling. I Am Caesar, 360. And Diamond Tina Daisy for the Graham team, out to around the 5 mark. $8 for Need a Reason. Surprise Baby is the roughie in the first events. Late mail tab is I Am Caesar. Has been the best market mover as well. What a good feeling. Obvious though, and holding good tickets. 230 back into 190. It's on top for Chris Barsby. We'll say g'day to in just a tick. 1, 3, 4 and 5 is the way Chris splits them in the first. Let's get to Albion Park, race number 1.
$4 for number 3, I Am Caesar. $4.60 for Diamond Tina Daisy. $8 Need a Reason. And $26 for Surprise Baby. Thanks, Tim. Welcome along to you. Welcome along, everyone, to harness racing here in Brisbane today. Fine, clear skies. Warm conditions, like most areas in Australia right now. There's no late changes to pass on. Just the 2 scratchings at deadline time. And this first race starts the early tab quaddie. Just the 5 runners. Couple of small fields to start today's program. The favourite in the opener is One What a Good Feeling. He opened odds on. Opened 190. He got out to 2.15. Right now he's trading at $1.70. Looks a progressive type. The past 2 runs have been really good. Draws the inside gate. And he's clearly going to start the favourite. I Am Caesar, fast beginner, drawn gate 3, suited by the mile. There was some early support. That has certainly dried up as we get closer to start time. He's now at $4.20. Diamond Tina Daisy, $4.80. Need a Reason, $9. And Surprise Baby Friendless at $31. We're just about set. This is race number 1. All runners are on gate. There's the light.
They're off and pacing. Fast away, I Am Caesar, straight to the early lead. What a good feeling the favourite will land the trail. He sits second. Diamantina Daisy goes forward, left without cover. Need a Reason down on the inside, racing 3 back. And Surprise Baby goes back to the tail. So with an easy lead, it's I Am Caesar who sets it up. I Am Caesar shows out 5 metres. What a good feeling the favourite. In the trail second. Diamantina Daisy is without cover, racing third. Need a Reason fourth. 3 back on the inside. Surprise Baby whips them in. That first quarter timed in 29.2. The lead time 3.5. Showing the way, I Am Caesar, and he demands front-end respect because there is no pressure applied. What a good feeling every chance second. Diamantina Daisy without cover. Surprise Baby work one off, now catches the cover of Diamantina Daisy, and Need a Reason now relegated back to last. They head towards the halfway marker. 800 metres left to run. I Am Caesar continuing to control the speed up front, leading 5 metres. What a good feeling. Right behind the leader in second. Diamantina Daisy without cover, then Need a Reason racing on the inside of Surprise Baby at the tail. Second quarter, 31 seconds down the back straight. 600 metres left to run. No real change in the order. It's I Am Caesar showing the way from Diamantina Daisy. What a good feeling right in behind the speed. Racing third, Surprise Baby. Need a Reason, just needing some luck. He's last on the inside by the 400 metre marker. Third quarter, 28.6. It's I Am Caesar approaching the home corner. Held together. Leading the way by 3 metres. Diamantina Daisy now being called on. What a good feeling. Looks overloaded with pace. He's right there ready to strike. He needs Racetrack to work with. Then Need a Reason. And Surprise Baby. I Am Caesar into the home straight leads. What a good feeling. Takes the run. He starts to come through. Balances up. And he'll get the prize. What a good feeling. What a good feeling. Downing I Am Caesar. Need a Reason third. Diamantina Daisy is fourth. And last over the line, Surprise Baby. Final split. It was timed in 28.3. The mile rate is 2 minutes for racingandsports.com. 1 is the winner. What a good feeling. Running down 3, I Am Caesar. And 2, Need a Reason. It will read 1, 3, 2, 5 and 4 after the opening race here from Albion Park. What a good feeling. Getting that perfect trail. Using the sprint lane. Still very much work in progress. What a good feeling, but the ability's there. And he's been able to pick up strongly there in the final furlong and run down the leader, I Am Caesar. So it's 1-3-2-5, 1-3-2-5, 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. Mild rate will stand by for, and we'll wait on sectionals to be confirmed. 1, 3, 2, 5 and 4. 1, 3, 2, 5 and 4. What a good...
1 will beat 3 and 2. What a good feeling. And pays out to $1.90 there, New South Wales. 170 fixed odds trade with the tab. Talia McMullen drives the opening winner there at Albion Park. Off to Townsville, the 5th event on the program over the 498. We're less than 60 seconds away from a jump. And $1.90 for She's Snappy. Is a 3-time winner from 17. It's been sort of midfieldish home the past couple of starts, but it started very hard in the betting. 180, 220 and back to 190 has been the move in the trade today. Money for Rolling Along off box number 8. It's been clearly best backed. It's only had the 2 efforts up here at Townsville since heading north. Latest was a midfield chase home behind Party with Tom, but both of those runs started 2:15, started 2:60 most recently. So the 28 days between. Cash is on. Here's Joe.
The 6 runners over the 498, restricted win. Favourite She's Snappy said the 7 goes at the journey for a winner, 2nd and 2/3. We're rolling along. Out in box 8's having its first look at the journey, but has had a couple of runs over the 520 at Richmond before coming to Townsville. But She's Snappy, our favourite, $2, rolling along 250 in the inside. Cheryl at 420. Double figures, and the rest had it by $19 about Final Storm. $31 about Isn't by Ava, and the outside Electric Shadow 101. So 240 rolling along. The favourite She's Snappy 210. Race 5. Away they go. She Snappy only fairly away, quickly away. Final Storm to go to the front from Cheryl to second, and rolling along works out wide. Just be inside of it there was She Snappy. Then Electra Shadow and Isn't Ava. The leader, Final Storm, travels well in front over Cheryl. Rolling along makes ground, then followed by She Snappy. Further back, Electra Shadow, Isn't Ava on the turn. Rolling up on the inside, Cheryl went to the front. Rolling along tries hard, but Cheryl is going to win it from rolling along. Final Storm third, then followed by She Snappy fourth, then followed by Electra Shadow last in Isn't Ava.
Cheryl will win off the red. Rolling along will be second. And Final Storm ends up running back to third spot. Let's move to Ballina for race number 2. Race day on a busy afternoon in New South Wales. 3 venues to get through. We're underway there at Parks. I think there's only one to come with the early start. Still very early on the card there at Ballina. And we're about an hour or so away from the twilight meeting at Gosford, getting started at the Provincials. A pretty fast track here, a good 3, and mostly fine conditions on a good afternoon at Ballina weather-wise. $1.40 for Southampton Flair for Matt Dunscamp. $1.50 into $1.40 there late. Returns from a 1:30 4-day break. It's at the 2 Murwillumbah trials over the 1,000 metres, chasing home Chief of Staff and Brutal Miss in both of those efforts. Looking to get off the mark this afternoon. Australasia, Ben Looker's ride, 260 out to 340. It's had the 2 runs back this preparation. It was third in a small field at Murwillumbah latest, and midfield home at Lismore prior. Cosmic Fun off the inside draw. Big drifter out to $10 and 16 for Dance Gavin Dance. We'll top the remainder. Very short favourite, who went up at around the 190. It's now into $1.45 returning for Team Dunn. Let's get to Terry Spargo.
Southampton Flair, meanwhile, walked into 3. Tim, they're working with Cosmic Fun, a filly on debut. She's drawn gate number 1, and she's reluctant to move into the stalls right now. And they're still working with her. Australasia, Charnwood City, Dance Gavin Dance, Luck of the Draw to Zima. Waiting their turn. Southampton Flair's gone in. So Cosmic Fun's riderless now. Andrew Mallion out of the saddle. They've attached a lead. But all that has done has seen Cosmic Fun become even more reluctant. They've got her on the move now, and this time they may have a success by the looks. Andrew Mallion will remount in the gate. Luck of the Draw is walking around. Southampton Flair has had 2 trials to get ready, both on the home track, Murwillumbah. Both good trials. $1.45 tab fixed. Australasia, $3.40. And they dominate. Cosmic Fun, who's on debut, is on the third line at $11. Dance Gavin Dance is the other debut runner. Now Dance Gavin Dance about to come up. And you could almost take short odds it would happen. He balked at the first try. And the second. Third time lucky. Dance Gavin Dance has gone in. So Terzima will be the next. She's first up today. She's blinkered for the first time. Australasia the filly, drawn the outside stall, will be the last one to come along. The favourite, predominantly maroon colours. Now the starter turns on the red light. Racing. Cosmic Fun from the inside began only fairly, and Terzima went back shortly after the break. Australasia out wide, Dance Gavin Dance, Southampton Flair closer to the fence, fast away. Charnwood City behind them, followed by Luck of the Draw. Australasia's drifting back now as Mr. Hot Stepper goes forward on the rail. Cosmic Fun is second last. Terzima is a length away. Southampton Flair on the fence led Dance Gavin Dance 500 metres from the the judge. Charnwood City running third on the inside of Australasia, going forward again, followed by Mr. Hot Stepper, and then came Luck of the Draw at the head of the others around the corner. Dance Gavin Dance on the outside of Southampton Flair, with Australasia joining in, making a line of 3. 120 to go. Australasia the widest of 3. Southampton Flair on the inside. Australasia in front and 1. Australasia beat Southampton Flair. Dance Gavin Dance third. They got well clear of Charnwood City, Cosmic Fun, Luck of the Draw, Zimmer and Mr. Hot Stepper. Well, she went up after jumping well. She went back. She went forward again in the Southampton Flair 104, and Dance Gavin Dance on debut $1.90. Australasia, ridden by Ben Looker, has won race number 2. 8 Australasia, Ben Looker has run 58.52 and scored by a short neck. 2 Southampton Flair, Jake Bayliss has run second. 3 Dance Gavin Dance, Danny Peasley third, and 4th has gone to Charnwood City. 8.
Australasia wins right down the outside. Favourite just got out sprinted. Will end up in second, and Dance Gavin Dance will be back to third position. We move to Goulburn for the 6th event on the card, and $1.90 favourite jumps off box number 7. Key danger is Corborn Aussie. Kello Rook's happy to tip on top to Roll Condo Bandit, who was a debut winner there a week ago. Worked to the front, was rated a very short price favourite, and did go ahead and put 8.5 lengths on the field. Corborn Aussie draws the inside. It was midfield behind Corborn Dollar latest. It was a good debut winner though. Slick 6-length performance. Started $1.35 in a small field there as well. So they're the key two. Corborn Don in play at $4.20. Last 30 seconds. Here's Kel.
So $1.90, this has been one of the better goes of the day. I refer to Condo Bandit as they square up behind the boxes, $4.60 into $1.90. So under starters orders here. Corborn Aussie's been a big drifter. He did go 1970 on here at $2.20. And then we're down to third line, $4.40 for Corborn Don. Loading away. They're just about set. Ready to go, Goulburn. Signal through. Here's the mechanical lure. Best go of the day here, Condo Bandit. They're off, and Condo Bandit away. Only moderately here. Good pace, Corborn Aussie from Itchy's Flyer. Condor Bandit's in a little bit of froth and bubble back at the tail, and skipping is Corborn Aussie. Put 6 on the 100 to 1 shot, St. Mikey. Condor Bandit to the outside, but this race is cooked, and Corborn Aussie down to the wire wins. From St. Mikey, I reckon Corborn Don got up to run third, then the favourite Condo Bandit. He just got left on a limb from that wide draw, and Itchy's Flyer, the 100 to 1 shot, was back last in 1971.
So Corborn Aussie will beat St. Mikey, and Corborn Don will be third behind them. Winner pays out to around the $3 range. Moving to Gatton, race number 3. It's been a busy start there at Gatton today. The dead heat protest in the first. Race number 2 was taken out by Heroic Delaney's, and it was a very short price favourite. Race number 3 is over the 1,400 metres, and Toba third up this preparation at around the 2:10. Ran 4th at Warwick, its most recent hit out. Was up to 1,500 metres there, right back in the run at Ipswich, 1,350 prior to that. 6-year-old gelding, it's returned well, looking for career win number 5 as they start to get set. 250, 240 and now 210, so firms up. Should be closer in the run today like it was last start. And this is start number 8. looking for win 3 at this track, which is interesting. Shots down by Love at 440. Gold Dazzler's now 6 and 850 for Peach Galantes, the last in single figures. No real money for the second pick. Gold Dazzler, top weight, lightly enough race versus the favourite at least, looking for career win 2, start 10. It was a Gatton winner 2 starts ago. Went to Kilcoy, led them up over 1,500 metres and was beaten in the concluding stages. It is on top, Gold Dazzler for Paul Joyce to beat 263 as they move in.
Galons at 750. Clearly George 13, Invisible Target 15, Half Moon Roo 34. We can give you these others. State of Fact 41, Jedi 51 and 61 on Onomatopoeia. So 210 favourite is Toba. Now Gold Dazzler goes up. Onomatopoeia and Invisible Target to come forward. It goes up, Onomatopoeia, Invisible Target. About to go in. And we're running 1,400 metres where Toba is the favourite at $2.10. Now the lights flash away. Set now. They stand racing. Shot down by Love. Clearly George left it fast. Gold Dazzler and Peach Gallant's revving forward, and they're followed by Toba and also State of Fact. Half Moon Roo, Jediah, Invisible Target second to last, and Onomatopoeia's at the tail end of the field. Pressing on was Clearly George, and now obtains the lead. So it's Clearly George in front, less than 1,100 metres from the judge, joined by Peach Gallant's up on its outside, and shot down by Love now is back to third the box seed. Gold Dazzler's getting a nice trip. It lands fourth up on the outside, about 2 lengths away from the speed, and Toba is next on its back, and then came State of Fact, who's centre field along the fence. 3 parts back to Jediah, and then came Half Moon Roo, Invisible Target, and 2 off to Onomatopoeia, who's whipping them in and travelling probably 8 to 10 lengths back off the speed. 600 metres out, the leader Clearly George, joined by Toba. Gold Dazzler scorching forward there in the centre and hooked its way to the lead. So around the home turn, Gold Dazzler just has it over Toba the outside. Clearly George still there, the fence. Then came Peach Gallant, shot down by Loves over on the inside, and Invisible Target is hooking wide. So homeward bound, down to the 200. It's now Toba in front over Clearly George. Gold Dazzler took the turn awkwardly, and they're followed by Half Moon Roo through there in the centre. Toba led to the 100 over Clearly George. Half Moon Roo is late. It's Toba in front, and Toba beats Half Moon Roo. Clearly George, State of Fact, and Invisible Targets. Then Game Shot down by Love and Jediah. Further back to Peach Gallants. And well back in the field to Gold Dazzler, who weakened out of it in the home straight and only beat one to the peg, and that was Onomatopoeia.
And it will be Toba. Timely win. Pays out to $2.30, middle of the 3 totes. Half Moon Roo and Clearly George will be second and third behind. Let's move to Parks, the other side of this break.
At Tab, we're on for Saturday racing. Check my offers on the Tab app for exclusive racing offers available now to use on races 1 to 6 across 3 big tracks this Saturday.
You win some, you lose more.
Winning on the course starts with a reliable team here at the stable. That's why we only use Toyota forklifts. We tried other forklifts and reliability was a massive problem. Toyota forklifts changed that. These machines work hard all day, every day. How good's that? If you're asking me about a safe bet, this is the one.
We're back under the lights on the Gold Coast as we ride at night for the Silks Under the Stars race evening, Friday, January 23. Admission is free, so get on track, bring your friends and kick off the Australia Day long weekend with electrifying live racing.
All right, we're back here on Sky 1 to Parks. Race number 5, expecting temps in the high 30s today. So, of course, we had the early start, which leaves us only 2 races to come. 2:15 for Miss Toronado. is the top pick there in the betting. Runners on track heading towards the start. Benchmark 58 we work with here over the 1,000 metres. Miss Toronado for Team Smart, and Billy Owen to ride. Is fresh up from a 141 day break. Previously racing down around the Victoria region. Out in the country parts, only had the one run last preparation. It was in a benchmark 64 there at Warrnambool. Started a 20-1 quote, had a bit against and never. That was the only run that preparation. Tipped out for a break and returns here. 2.10 to profit time is now into $5. Been some money there, $7.50 in, albeit not a prolific winner. 3 from 39 the overall score. $7.50 into $5. 6 for chicken legs. Okatango out to $10 and 15 into 11 worth a mention is this press goes for Jake Procey-Holmes. Third up this preparation. Did run second 2 weeks ago around Wellington. There's not much happening outside of that. So interesting favourite, returning off a decent break. And $5 in from $7.50. Profit time has been the best look outside of them. And profit time should get a nice run today from gate number 3. And has plenty of early speed as well over these sprint trips. Let's get out to the track. Race number 5. They're moving in. And here's Cole.
Distributors, Michael Dumacy, very well known, is the boss of that, and they come out and sponsored there with Park Skeweries, an earlier race. So they won't be long before they moved up into the barriers here. In fact, Press Gauge looks as though it's going up. Miss Toronado back behind them. Black Hill Kitty, Akatengo Advisor, Houdini Spirit. Bit disappointing last time, but it's got plenty of early pace. One More Things back behind them with Advisor. Charlie Magic, a change of tactics here. The intention is to try and lead, although it's drawn wide here. Charlie Magic. Chicken Legs. So Jane Clements got Chicken Legs. Advise. I don't say Jane Clements got Chicken Legs. She probably got nice legs, but her horse Chicken Legs has got the red cap. And her other one's Advisor's got the yellow cap, and Akatenga's got the black cap. Now here comes Miss Toronado about to come up. Black Hill Kitty going forward. Profit time from the Gratzvella stable. Disappointing last start, but going to improve sharply on that. It was a good run behind before that, when we were in second behind Japan, which had was in the middle of a 3-win successive winning sequence, and it was only beaten 3/4 length by Japan. Now Advisor comes up. Chicken Legs about to come forward. Akatenga, Charlie Magic, One More Thing still to come forward. They're making a fairly good fist of it here. Race 5 on the card. Third leg of the quadrilla. And they're lining up well. Still got Akatenga to come in and Charlie Magic. Yeah, and One More Thing, the rider's dismounting in the quadrilla in the nick of time. Number 1, so we've got 2 number 1s to be alive in the quadrilla in the nick of time, number 1, and Argyle led number 1. Charlie Magic comes up, and the intention is to lead, and it's drawn out wide, so the rider had to put the foot down early on to get to the lead, I'd imagine. Almost set to go here. Stand by. Ready to go. Race 5. Very steady. No action as yet. Dean Bucknell is the starter. 1,000 metre dash here. Racing now, Charlie Magic jumped away centre field. Houdini Spirit won the start. Press Gauge quickly ran up to second, followed by Advisor. Then comes Chicken Legs. Profit Time is back along the rails, and Charlie Magic is whistling right around the outside. Followed then by Black Hill Kitty. One More Thing's getting a long way back as they start to get fully into stride. Miss Toronado is well off them, and up in front of that pair was Akatengo. So they come down the side, and Charlie Magic working hard out wide. Press Press Gaze and Houdini Spirit, line of three on the fence. Advisor was on the fence behind them, followed then by Chicken Legs. Akatango comes right around the outside. Profit Time is held up for a run but trying to get clear. Well in the straight they come now, and it's Houdini Spirit in front, coming at it now with Press Gaze, running home all right there with Profit Time. It's finishing on well now. Profit Time is after them, and Profit Time raced up on the outside, and Profit Time has won from Press Gaze. One more thing, the rails, and Chicken Legs out wide. In a good go for the miners there. Akatango was up pretty close, followed in there by Miss Toronado, Houdini Spirit out wide there. Advisor and Black Hill Kitty was amongst the last ones in. Good trainer.
There'll be Profit Time for Kariah Keatings. Pays $5.90 New South Wales, $1.90 for place tickets there as well. Second and third still to roll through. They're moving in just about set at Otaki for the 7th event.
Of Jasmine there, he's a talented horse, blinkers on, 7A's can improve and hard to think in for fourth, but an open go. Getting pretty close to a start, the tally Otaki handicap is race 7, along comes the roughie, the bolter, Blue Rata Boldness. Cyclone Fave, Sam Collett looking for 5 for the day, she's on the fave, ready to go. Open race, Jungle Love right in the market as well. Gates are open, off they go, and slow out of the gates, Pro Cool Boy, and also McEldeal get back, and 7A's is drifting as well. Hard to Think began quickly, joined over on the outside by the two lock runners, Vittorio Veneto, who's fired up in the centre, and right there, Jungle Love. Atoje to fourth, followed by Blue Rata Boldness, then Cyclone McEldeal. 3 or 4 lengths away, then 7A's, who's a little burnt off early, and 2 lengths away, Pro Cool Boy, who was slow out of the gates. Vittorio Veneto takes up the running by a length and a half over the stablemate Jungle Love, and Hard to Think is third on the inside of Atoji. Then came Blue Rata Boldness, followed by Cyclone. 1 length away, Mackle So they're under the end of the back straight. Second to last, 7A's and 2.5. Pro Cool Boy spots the leader about 11 lengths. 800 metres to go. Vittorio Veneto is the leader for Widdamoo Pin. 1 length on the unbeaten Jungle Love. Hard to Think getting every chance third. Atoje fourth. Cyclone starting to bridle up. Fifth on the outside, and then came Blue Rata Boldness, Mackle 7A's and 2 lengths to Pro Cool Boy. Vittorio Veneto runs them to the home turn. The outside Jungle Love. 3 out Atoje. Cyclone joins in wider. Then came Hard to Think. Around the corner they come as they straighten up. Vittorio Veneto out of the centre. Cyclone is starting to rumble home nicely. Ranged up and took the lead. Fighting on in the middle then Jungle Love, but it's Cyclone getting to the lead. Vittorio Veneto, Jungle Love, wider. McEldeal running on. Cyclone kicking back. Vittorio Veneto. Have a look at Pro Cool Boy from last. Pro Cool Boy, I reckon's got home from last, right through the middle. Where did he come from? I reckon he's got up to beat Cyclone. And third, Vittorio Veneto in a grandstander. Jungle Love, McEldeal, Atoje, Hard to Think, Blue Rata Boldness, and 7A's was never really travelling. Has come home at the tail end of the field. I reckon Pro Cool Boy has come through the centre like a freight train, and with the blinkers on, and the memory of Jasmine, Nikki Marshall, donning the black armband. Nikki had a fair bit to do with Pro Cool Boy, and the black armband on, and the memory of daughter Jasmine, I think has come through to snatch victory from Cyclone. Sam Collett looked to have 5 in the bag. Was going to be 5, and then all of a sudden Pro Cool Boy, I reckon right at the death. The angle will be against him here, but I think he's got the momentum, and
All right, we'll bring you that result in just a tick as soon as we get it through from Otaki. Another great finish over there in New Zealand throughout the course of the afternoon there today. Got to move to Townsville in the meantime. The 6th event's 250 favourite, Jimmy Jacks, the one to beat, according to Joe. Bridge Up Baby and Aston Elijah, the two main rivals to beat. Here's Joe.
Yeah, 6th grade over the 5th grade over the 380 for race number 6 here. Jimmy Jack's the favourite for Heath Arnold on box number 5 at $2.40. The inside Bridge Up Baby for Tony Parker at $4. Now $3.90. Jimmy Jack's out to $2.50 and $5.50 about Moneyball from box number 2 for Glenn Olsen. Next best is number 7, Amy Panama at $8 as the runners go forward for race 6 of 5th grade over the 380. Last these runners locked away. The green light about to be turned on for race. So our favourite Jimmy Jack's box 5 at 240. The inside bridge up baby $4. All set. Away they go. Out quickly, Money Ball from the inside. Farther than up on the inside. There was Bridge Up Baby. Jimmy Jacks is not there. He's in 4th place. Then followed by Emmy Panama. Further back we had Aston Elijah, Aston Atkins. As they turn, well clear is Money Ball. Going well. Money Ball striker. Jimmy Jacks 4th. Then we had Aston Elijah, Emmy Panama. Well back, Mad Attitude. Plus in Aston Atkins.
Will be Money Ball off the 2, beating Shine on Bruiser. 21.79 is up there at the track at Townsville. Let's move to Albion Park here, the first Good Feeling. And race number 2, we're looking at around the Tierce. We've got Damo as the second pick at $2.50, $6 for Aldebaran Fons. The 2 in double figures at Gate with Grace and Moonshine Penny. Gracias $2 back out to $2.10 late. Didn't beat one home in Albion Park latest. Obviously more suited here. And $2.50 Rock Solid Damo ran 3rd behind a Glossery Feet. That was only 7 days ago. Looking for career win number 11. Let's get trackside with Chris Busby.
Thanks, Tim. Runners are at the start here, race 2. Just the so the trotters here, mobile start conditions over the mile. The 2 trotters that have cornered the market are numbers 3 and 4. 4 Damo is the opening favourite at $2.25. Gracias $3.80. Gracias has been best back to the $50. Gracias has been back to the trial since his most recent start. Faultless, really, and he's been able to stretch out nicely over the last beating. Damo's likely to test him early. He's a go-forward type, so it's going to be a good little battle. Starting signal has sounded. Runners are now coming forward. They come up. This is race number 2. The Pride's Easy Feed Equine Dedicated Mill up to NR60 Mobile Trot. The favourite is 3, Gracias $2.10, Damo $2.60, Aldebaran Fons $6. Starter is Moonshine Penny at 23 trotters. Score up well. We are getting close to a start here for favourite race 1, number 1. What a good feel. There's the light. They're off and trotting. Fast away, Damo looks for the early lead. Moonshine Penny gets away second. Gracias third. Then Gate with Grace. Aldebaran Fons from his wide draw. He's easing and he goes back to the tail. Single of Damo takes over. Damo leads 5 metres. Moonshine Penny. He's racing in 3rd, 4th Gate with Grace, 5th and last Aldebaran. They complete that first section. Leading the way out in front, it's Damo. Opening panel, 29 seconds. Damo, Shine Penny receiving that lovely trail in second. Gracias the favourite. The back of Gracias. Aldebaran Fons surveying the situation from last. To the turn out of the straight. They have 900 metres left to run. Damo leads the way. Garrard makes the move on the favourite Gracias. He comes to the outside, so it's Damo going into the back straight final time, leading the way. Gracias gets to his wheel on the outside second. Moonshine Penny leaders back 3rd. Gate with Grace right onto the back of Gracias. And Aldebaran Fons last dive down the back straight at the 600 metre marker. Damo to spare. Gracias cutting the breeze on the outside second. Moonshine Penny 8 with Grace 1-1, just losing the back of Gracias. They're really starting to sprint up. Aldebaran Fons still last on the 8-4. Damo and Gracias there together as they
approach the turn. Gracias blew up. He made a break there. Gracias on the outside. And Damo skips away into the home straight. Damo leads by over 5 metres. Moonshine Penny second. Gate with Grace third. Then Aldebaran Fons. But Damo too good. Beating Moonshine Penny. Gate with Grace. Then Aldebaran Fons and Gracias, a naughty boy. A break at the home turn. He was last in. Final split, it was in 57 for racingandsports.com. Damo scores. Damo takes out race 2. Just as they were about to go to battle there in the home stretch, Damo and Gracias made the break. And in the end, Damo slips away and scores comfortably, beating Moonshine Penny, Gate with Grace, Aldebaran Fons. 4-1, 5 and 6. 4-1, 5. Break. Costly finishes at the tail. So Damo too good. An 8-year-old bay gelding by Majestic Sun out of Frozen Funds, a Pine Ship mare. Keith and Melissa Gillies, Brendan Barnes driving.